Hi, this is Agatha Felicity Dowell, and I'm a student of the Bahamas Agriculture and Marine Science Institute. This is my Introduction to Aquaculture class with lecturer Gamel Morley, and I'm doing a fish dissection lab. Now, my fish of choice for dissection is the grunt. It's known often as the blue grunt or the yellow grunt, and it's very common around the coral reefs here in the Bahamas and South Florida. And just by looking at the fish, you can see that it has these blue lines, and it's basically yellow in body color. The scientific name for this fish is Hamilon sciurus. These fish often feed on the sea floor, so they are benthic feeders, and they'll eat like crustaceans and sometimes small fish, and they love to hang out and hide in the seagrass beds. So this is the fish that I chose to dissect today. Now the grunt usually weighs about 1 to 6 pounds, so I thought I'd just check out this one and see what it weighs. So my scale only goes in ounces, and we can see it comes up to 10.72 ounces, and so it's actually less than a pound. So, however, this is like a medium-sized grunt. You get grunts a lot smaller than this, and of course some bigger than this, but this is a typical medium-sized grunt. So, and as you can see, based on the plate, it's a plate size. So let's take a look at some of the features of the grunt. Now, right from the beginning, the grunt is covered with scales, so I thought I should get a scale off of it and see what kind of scale it is. All right, well, I got a couple of scales. Let's just take a look. It was interesting to note because before this I never realized that there were lots of different types of fish scales. But if you look at the shape there, it's known as a ctenoid. So this is a ctenoid type of fish scale. All right, let's take a closer look at this fish. First, we look at the eyes. Now, the eyes, of course, fish don't have eyelids. When they're in the water, their cornea doesn't need to be protected from air, from dust and pollutants in the air. So they don't need eyelids. Here are the nares of the fish. It's known as the nares, the nostrils. This is the mouth of the fish, and with the grunt mouth, the grunt tends to make a grunting noise, sound like it's grunting, and so that's where it gets the name grunt from. And there you can see directly deep in the mouth. They often have bright red mouths, but this one is kind of like a pinkish color. Now let's start at the top. This is the dorsal fin of the fish, and as you can see on this one, the grunt has a mixture of spiny dorsal as well as a soft dorsal fin at the top of the fish. And this particular fin helps to stabilize the animal from rolling, and also assists it in making sudden turns, protecting itself from predators. This fin here is known as the caudal fin or the tail fin. And as you can see, it has a V-shaped, it's not one of those straight fins. It has a nice forked V shape in the caudal or the tail fin. And this is like the rudder. Like a boat have a rudder. It's like the rudder, and that helps the fish to be able to steer. Now, these fins here are the pectoral fins. So they kind of remind you like arms. If you have to hold your arms out to balance, they're the pectoral fins, and they help the fish to stay balanced. Then you have the pelvic fins. The pelvic fins are also for balance. And because these grunts are benthic feeders, when they're chilling out on the sea floor, they may actually rest on these fins, just to help them catch a little rest. They'll rest on these pelvic fins. And then this one is the anal fin. The anal fin right near the anus here, and this helps to stabilize the fish, just like the bottom of a boat would do. All right. And let's find the lateral line on this fish. This is where you have a collection of sensory organs that help the fish with detecting different vibrations and so forth in the water. And that's the lateral line right there of this grunt. And so it also helps him with like pressure gradients in the water and so forth. Now, this is going to be interesting because we are both going to see inside this fish at the first time. But just before I go inside, I almost forgot. We got to talk about the operculum. And this is where the gills are located. Let's see if we can see those gills that they use to breathe. Looks like 1, 2. From what I can see 2 gills behind what is known as the gill flap or the operculum. All right, time to look inside. Very interesting because it's going to be a surprise for you and for me. What we're going to do is, normally in making the fish incision, you go from the anus towards the head. All right, so I'm going to cut shallow because my aim is not to disturb any of the internal organs, because I want to be able to see if I can identify some of those internal organs. So I will look like the scales making it a little tough, but as you can see, I'm cutting real shallow so I can see if I can try not to damage too much organs on the way in. All right. So I'll cut it as far. Actually, I think I need to cut some more here. I could feel the bones from the pelvic fin now, so there we go. All right. All right, fish, thank you for sacrificing yourself in the name of science. Still might end up on my plate later though. So let's look inside the fish. I can see intestines already. Wow. Is this a bit of roe? Okay, this is definitely the intestines. Look like I can almost see what this fish ate. I gotta be careful. I really wanna determine what this fish, what's going on inside this fish. So, ooh, that's the stomach. So, ew, everything the fish ate, right there. Now let me see if I can, this is an intestine, maybe the small intestine, maybe and the large intestines. Well, of course, you know, the intestines is for digesting and absorbing the food, and then the stomach holds the food, and then they excrete their food through their anus. Okay, let me see. Wow. One minute, baby. I think I see the swim bladder. Trying to look carefully. Give me a kiss. Okay, just 1 minute, baby. 1 minute, I'm coming. Now for me to see the swim bladder, I may have to get, I can see that this is an air-filled sac. So I don't know if I might burst it when I move this, but I can see that's an air-filled sac. So that have to be the swim bladder that keeps the fish buoyant. So I hope you can see there that that's air inside there. Now, ooh, I think I see it. I'm trying, Is this the heart? It's sure shaped like a heart. Look, it looks like a 2-chambered heart. Looks like a 2-chambered heart there. Now, let me see. The liver. Now, you know, the heart pumps the blood into the gills. And then you know, that's how the fish breathes. It helps the fish to breathe because it gets the oxygen through the blood, and instead of like breathing how we breathe with lungs, they filter the blood through the gills. And that's how they breathe. So That must be the heart right there near the gills. And this looks like a liver to me. This must be the large intestine because this one was bigger than the first one I saw. Looks like small and large intestine. Now you know on the island you yuck this out and you call this the guts. Could this possibly be roe? This little extra piece of meat. No, it doesn't look like roe. It's I'm not sure. Let's see if I can gently get in here. Okay, yeah, that definitely looks like the heart to me. And this is definitely the liver. See? Can you zoom in right there? See the liver? That's the liver. And the liver assists in digestion. It excretes enzymes and helps to break down fats for the fish. All right, so now let me take a look at these gills. Boy, I don't know if I have the tools to properly remove the gills, but now what I want to do, what I'm really trying to do is see if I was right that there were 2 gills. So let's see here. Gotta do it old island style and pull it out. Pull it out old island style. Boy, I respect them, the fishmongers now. All right. It's a job. It's a job.
Oh, Mommy.
Yes, baby.
Cookie.
It's a job.
Cookie.
Okay, cookie in a minute. All right. This is far enough because guess what? I can see now that I'm looking at the fish properly. 1 minute. 1 minute.
Mommy. Cookie.
Okay, yes, 1 minute. There's actually 3 gills. All right. Thank you, grunt. Well, you know, the grunt is may not be as popular as the snapper, but it's gaining popularity. It's a good tasting white flaky fish, and so I can tell you how it tastes later. But thank you very much.